This is Braun Strowman, the monster among men, and you're listening to the Bob Culture Podcast with your host,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special TCW edition of the BCP, and I'm excited for this one. This is a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the show, ahead of his entry into the Mount Olympus Battle Royal this Saturday at TCW Mt. Olympus. Yes, tickets are still available. Check it out right now. This guy, I mean, he is a big contender in this match, as we've seen from fan opinions online. No stranger to gold around the waist. Right now, he is the current NYCW Heavyweight Champion. He is the PPW TV WYLN Champion. I mean, this is the man, the Moran, the myth, the legend. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Johnny Moran. What's up, bro? How are you?
How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
It's an honor, man. Like I said, it's a long time coming. We got to talk about Saturday, TCW. Not even shameless promo here, but I remember about a month ago or so, you know, our good friends over at TCW, Billy Charles AG, putting up kind of like a poll, kind of like a fan opinion thing. Who do you want to see being the first ever TCW World Heavyweight Champion? And you're looking through those comments. I see your name over and over and over again, man. What does that mean to you?
Yeah. I just shared it to my wall. So I really did appreciate like all my fans, like even like coworkers, like just went on there and commented and everything. So like a lot of my friends, a lot of my family and my fans, like people I don't even know, like there was multiple people. I had no clue who they were and they just put my name up there. So I really do appreciate everyone that did do that to me. I guess I won the popular vote, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, that's awesome. No recounts on this one. I'm not getting political. Don't worry. But anyway, no worries. Just teasing. But yeah, man, I mean, that's got to feel awesome. And again, this is going to be a big one. I think it's a 40-person kind of Royal Rumble inspired, not Royal Rumble event, in case anyone's listening. But I'm excited for this one. So you have the fan momentum. Is there anyone in this match that, you know, like, you might be trying to avoid, or any strategy going into this one? There's a lot of like big encounters, big names. Our good friend Casey Navarro. You can't count out a heavy favorite, no pun intended, the Titan Killer, man. What's your mindset?
Well, my mindset is there's a lot of big guys in there, so it's gonna be a long night. Like I'm not expecting to go in there and just know that I have an easy road. Like Titan Killer's in there, Wrecking Ball Legursky's in there. Monster Mac is in there. Like these are heavy guys. I mean, Alpha Junior's in there. Like another heavy guy. Like you're gonna have to pair up with somebody at some point because you know you're not getting these big guys out of there. So whoever I pair up with or whoever I make an ally out of until the end, you know, that's my strategy going in right now. I got to make an ally with somebody because like these guys are huge.
Yeah, no, that's very well said. I like the strategy going in. You know, if you're smart and you're in this battle royale, you know, listen to the BCP, listen to this podcast. But not to be cliche here, man. But what would it mean to you at the end of the night to be holding that first ever TCW World Heavyweight title?
I mean, that would be huge to me. This would be my second heavyweight championship, and that's like, if you're in the wrestling business, you want to be the top dog. You want to be the guy that's the heavyweight champion. You want to be the top of the mountain. And especially being the first, I never was a first ever champion, you know, so that means a lot to me. And I'm really looking forward to, you know, competing in this and ultimately winning it.
Yeah, man, and good luck to you, man. I know we're excited for that. The card is stacked, as we've seen, and you've faced a lot of people on this card already. You talk about the likes of a Sean Donovan, who I saw you face a couple weeks or a couple months ago, rather, at TCW. I mean, what was it like facing off with him?
He's someone I always wanted to work with. He's someone I met very early in my career and gave me some advice very early in my career. So it was an honor to be in the ring with him, and you know, I almost had it there, and then he just pulled out that win at the end.
Yeah, man, that was an awesome match. I mean, there's a little bit of a little fan interaction before, but I digress.
Oh, yeah, man. That was crazy. I legit didn't know if that guy was going to get in the ring or not.
Dude, I mean, when he took his shirt off, I was like, oh, okay.
But, I was like, oh, man, this is going to be weird.
It's not the first time.
I'm like a good guy, and I got to, like, jump on him now, you know?
Dude, it was crazy. It's not the first time that happened. It's certainly not going to be the
Oh, yeah.
last. But TCW is great. I know they've given me a lot of opportunity, not just with the podcast. Like I got to sit in the commentary booth. I'm very grateful for that. They've been awesome to me. We always have so many great things about being part of. We say Titan is family, man. How did you get involved with Billy and Charles and AG and all them?
Charlie, I met him at SWF Mega Slam. I met Billy also, but Charlie actually reached out to me, and then Billy reached out to me, and then I came in for that first match against Mason, and they both, and even Anthony AG, I met him at the first Titan show that I was at when I versed Mason Martin. So like after like that was a big match for me because after I wrestled Mason, like they said, like they're like, we want you to be a permanent part of this roster. So I earned my spot after that match, like so that meant a lot to me. Like I never really promoters are like, oh yeah, you earned your spot, and then like they don't call you back or something like that. But like these guys have booked me ever since.
Absolutely, man. And you talk about becoming the first ever TCW World Heavyweight Champion, what that would mean to you. But more so, like I said earlier, no stranger to having gold around the waist. Pre-show, I was going over, I was like, former this, former that, going over everything, the resume, man. The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
So I have a little notebook on everybody for my commentary and stuff. So I appreciate you sending me the little dossier, man.
No problem. No problem. Thank you.
No, it's an honor, man. And doing my homework, I see that you could possibly be on track also to become the first ever, I believe, PPW Grand Slam champion, if I'm correct.
Yes. All I need is the heavyweight championship there also.
So that's a goal. That's probably a short-term goal for you. And not to be cliche again, man, but what are the long-term goals? We're seeing a lot of our friends who've been on the show 1 year ago, 2 years ago, people that we're talking to recently, popping up on Dark, popping up in NXT, man. It warms my heart. I love seeing dreams come true, man. It's amazing, man. What are your dreams?
Ultimately, yeah. Like I don't think you get into this to not be on TV. As far as where I end up, that's up in the air. All I would want to know is like, well, where do you see me in 5 years? That's the company I go with. Like the person that's like, all right, well, we see you doing this, and we want you going there or this. Like if they don't have plans for me, like I don't know if I want to put my coin there, Like I am 32. Like I don't know how many years I got left, So wherever I do end up, I want to know that company's either behind me or that company has a direction they want me in.
I love that answer, man. Yeah, I mean, not knocking anyone, man, but you're thinking about your future for sure. Don't want to be put on the shelf anywhere, man. I appreciate that answer. That's real talk right there, man. And not to be cliche again, but let's rewind a little bit, man. How did this start for you? Were you a fan as a kid? Do you have family involved in the business? What's this origin story here?
It all started for me. I have an older brother, James. He's 10 years older than me. So he was already into wrestling. So when I was like an infant, he used to like put his LJNs by me, and like he had Saturday Night's Main Event like recorded on VHSs. So like ever since I was little, I've been watching wrestling. Like obviously I was a Hulkamaniac, but then like I remember one time I was over my niece's house because my grandma babysitted us both. And I remember I was over there, and like my niece is only 2 years younger than me. So, and if you see my Colorado pictures, that's my niece in those pictures with me. So we're like super close. She's more like a sister to me. I remember for some reason I would go over her house and we'd put on like PBS or something like that, like some local cable. And we used to get ECW. I remember Rey Mysterio was there at the time, and she like loved him. She used to call him the question mark guy. And,
yes.
Yeah, because he had all the question marks all over him. Like we couldn't like identify names besides like Hulk Hogan, like the Ultimate Warrior, but like all those other companies. I remember I used to be the biggest fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin when he was stunning Steve Austin in WCW.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, when he had like Dragon Slayer on his tights and on his boots. And like I would get so upset because every Christmas and every birthday for like 2 years straight, I just wanted a Dragon Slayer action figure. And my mom's like, I don't know who the hell you're talking about. There's no like Dragon Slayer wrestling guy. And like, I didn't know he was Steve Austin at the time.
Yeah, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, dude. And you mentioned Hulk Hogan, you mentioned Steve Austin, obviously. That that's not usually the iteration of Stone Cold that you hear for sure.
Yeah.
But Mysterio, though this all happens because Mysterio, I was the guy, like it's fake, I feel like it's like you can't even say that, but like I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate the athletics, the pageantry, the storytelling, all this, the theater that it is, man. And I love it so much now. And that's all because of just seeing Rey Mysterio flying around those ropes, man. It's crazy to me, man. And, to kind of have, these fun hypothetical fan questions, we always like to ask, like, who is the dream opponent, man? Maybe on the indies and then maybe on the national level. You could go past, present, future. Have fun with it.
Past, present, future. That's hard, man. Like, there's so many. There's so many. I mean, I would love to wrestle like Ric Flair in like 1989. Ooh. I would also. I don't know who I would team with, but I would love to wrestle Tully and Arn in WWF. Like when they were the Brain Busters, or even if they were the Four. Like now, currently, I would say probably Samoa Joe. I've always wanted to wrestle Samoa Joe, CM Punk. Like I'm too hard. Like Ravishing Rick Rude. Like that's what everybody's like. Oh, who was like your favorite wrestler? Like as a kid, and I'm like, oh, you don't want to ask me that. Like I liked everybody. There was nobody I didn't like. Like I loved Jake the Snake. I loved Ravishing Rick Rude. Like I remember when Hogan and Warrior wrestled. Like I was like torn apart. Like I was like, why are they fighting each other? And like even when I got older, like the Rock and Austin whole series, like I loved them both. Like I didn't want them to fight.
Yeah. No, that's crazy, man. And I gotta, like I said last time, gotta send all our love and shout to Jake the Snake, who's having some health issues, past guest on the show, man, and he was great. So sending all the love to him and his family for sure, man. And then just on the indie level, my man, anyone like that you haven't quite gotten to face yet that you want to take on the indies?
Haven't on the indies. I would probably say someone like Darius Carter. I never got to wrestle him, and like we always like see each other in locker rooms and we always talk and BS, but like we never got to cross paths. Also, Vinny Pacifico. He's another one I would love to wrestle because back when I was the man Johnny Moran, we were gonna have the man versus the kid, and then it just never the dates never aligned, and it just never got to happen. So
I got you, man. Yeah, Darius Carter, that would be a fun one. He's got a bit of an ego on him, so that would be some fun storytelling for sure, man. Now we asked the hard hitting questions here on the BCP, so a couple fan questions, if you don't mind, my man. And I'm totally joking, by the way. So I got to say this, our good friend, Wrestling IQ 101, great interview with them. Shout out to our boys, Andrew and Derek. Derek has told me that the chin strap is a thing of the past, man. So the signature chin strap is going for me. They say, get the beard going. So I'm trying, man. What is the secret? What is the secret to the beard, man? I'm all ears.
Grow-team.
Yeah.
Beard got, well, me, I'm just a hairy monster, but like, I tell everybody it's called Beard Guys Grow Team. Look it up later. And
I will.
It's an oil and it's also like a pomade thing. It's Beard Guys. And everyone that like I know that has like patchy beards or anything like that, like I always push them towards that and it works. I don't know what's in it. I don't know if like you're gonna turn yellow when you're 80, but like there's something in it that works.
Dude, I super appreciate it. That's a great answer, man. I literally wrote it down. That's awesome. Another fun fan question, and we always love to ask this one here. Kind of, like so maybe like a mixed tag match, some team that you guys haven't faced yet. Like we always call it a date night dream match. Have you fought like Allie and Mike?
We fought Allie and Mike twice.
I figured. But is there anyone on the indies that you want to fight or even have fun with it? Could go Andrade, Charlotte, Rusev, Lana, like any date night.
Andrade, Charlotte sounds like a fantastic match. Nice. On the indies, I mean, Facade and Danny Mo.
Ooh, okay. She killed it at Goddesses. Potential, I think may have been match of the night. Her and I believe it was Ray Lynn at Goddesses. That was my first time seeing Danny Mo live. She was, oh my gosh, fantastic. Technical masterpiece for sure. Another fun one we like to ask here, man. Let me ask you this first. Listening to your interview, you mentioned being in somewhat of like a stomp production when you were talking to Andrew. I'm a drummer over here, man. So this show started just in like local bands from like Asbury Park area, Stone Pony, all that kind of stuff. So big, band person here. I've got to record drums for entrance themes for people with John. John, who did your theme, of course. Yeah. And so do you play?
Not much anymore. My brother kind of like took it over. I stopped playing probably as soon as I got into college. I don't really know why. Like I played like probably since 5th grade, like snare drum, like when I was in 5th grade. And then I moved on to like the quads and bass drum also. I was lead snare for like 3 years, so yeah.
Gotcha.
I had my fun doing it. I always liked concert music or like the snare drum and stuff.
That's awesome, man. The quads is a whole different animal, man. Like I had always played in bands, man. I was like the kid who was in a band, like in high school. So I was like in a band with all the seniors. I was a freshman, so I played like the kid, and I got to like hang my flags all over the place. So when we had marching band, that was like a whole new animal to me, man. And it was awesome. And like you said, like the quints and the quads and all that, very intricate. Did you ever do like any of the drum set stuff or play in any like local bands?
I played a little bit, but then like track just started getting like way more intense, so I never like went full on into the drum set. And then it was just like as soon as I was like done with track, they were like, all right, we got to start practicing for like concert band. So like I never really had the like moment to like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and study this, because like even when I'd get out of like concert band, I had to run to the gym and get my workout in before 9 because they closed the gym at 9. So like I always had a packed schedule, so I just never like took the time. But my little brother was in like multiple bands because my parents bought me and him a drum set for Christmas. Nice. And I just never played it. And then he just started playing it all the time.
Yeah, man, you took that athletics route, and I mean, you're killing it right now, man. Once I hit 35, man, the knees, aren't quite the same. My basketball game's a little bit more by the 3-point line than it used to be. So, but that's awesome, man. So say you're getting hyped for a match or you're working out, you're on the road. What is on the Johnny Moran playlist?
Oh, God. The Johnny Moran playlist is all over the place. I go from like country to metal to rap to pop. Depending on like what day it is, like I'll have something on there. Like if it's to get me like motivated and like pumped up, I like Census Fail. Like Census Fail is one of my favorite bands. Ozzy,
Sure.
any kind of 80s hair metal that works. Yeah, right.
Nice.
And Eminem if it's rap. I like Post Malone, but usually that's like, I don't really get like hyped up to Post Malone.
Yeah.
It's more of like a chill night.
Yeah. I get that. It's good to be all over the place, man. And I think I may know the answer to this. I feel like you're going to say Census Fail, but we always like to ask this one. Say you do get that WrestleMania moment, and we doubt in our mind that you're going to go very, very far. What band is playing you to the ring?
It's Census Fail, hands down.
Yeah. That's a great answer, man. They got some good tunes. So man, I super, oh man, this is a fun one we like to ask, but we asked Adina Steele this one. Obviously you're a Scranton guy. You knew this was coming, man. Yeah. Do you watch The Office?
I do. But
okay. Yeah. She wasn't about it. So yeah.
So here's the thing. Like I just started watching it this year.
Really?
Yeah, which is sad. Because like when it's happening and it's your town, you're like, screw that. Like they're making fun of us. It's not like what it's really like. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So, like I didn't watch it. And then like this past year I started watching it. I'm like, oh man, why didn't I watch this live? Because like 2 of my buddies like were obsessed with it. And they were like, how can you not watch this? We live here. And I'm like, they're making fun of us. Stop watching it. Like, but it's an amazing show.
It's great, man. Yeah, we asked Adina, and she's like, "No, like, why does everybody ask me that?" And I'm like, "I'm so sorry," but
I normally I would have said no, but this year I started watching it, and I'm like, why didn't I watch this?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's like the best binge watch show of all time. But I get it. You explained it perfectly, man. Like now I get it. Now I understand because it's like, everyone thinks I'm like from like the Jersey Shore, and I'm, not quite it, man. But Johnny, this was awesome, man. I really do want to be respectful of your time, and man, and I appreciate a few minutes. So I did want to leave with this, man. Like obviously you're killing it. Like we keep saying, no stranger to gold around the waist. We have to ask you, man, what advice would you have for some of these up and comers that are trying to make it to the next level, trying to get over, trying to connect with the fans? What advice would you have for them?
As far as like connecting with fans like that, like just be you. Like don't try to be something you're not. I mean, if you're out there to play a character or be something that you aren't, then go with it. Like don't go against it. Like everyone can tell you like, oh, like I don't know, that's not comfortable. Like that's not it. Like whatever he's doing, it's not it. It's like when they had Roman Reigns doing Suffer and Succotash. Like we all knew like he doesn't talk like that. Like so if you're like there's people that aren't anything like their gimmicks, but they go full into it. They go all the way in. Like don't half-ass it. Like go all the way in with it. If you're gonna do something to get over with the fans, even if you're not comfortable doing it, then don't do it. Just say I'm not comfortable. Like I can't do this. Fine, But that would be my advice if you're trying to get over with the fans or something like that. What I was told when I started, like keep your mouth shut, listen,
Yeah, no, very well said, man. It's something I noticed about you right away. Something very genuine about you in the ring. Like, and I think that's what makes people connect. I know I certainly noticed that right off the bat, man. And obviously it shows, man, because you're going very far. And I obviously wish you the best of luck in the Battle Royal coming up this Saturday. Tickets are still available for TCW Mt. Olympus. Got the shameless promo out of the way. And speaking of shameless promo, tell everyone where they can follow you on social media and if you got any merch available.
Oh, yes, I do. I have a Teespring store. If you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, my Instagram and Twitter are both Johnny Moran _, and my Facebook is Johnny Moran the Wrestler. But I have a link to my Teespring store there. Also, if you want to look me up on YouTube, I have most of my matches, probably like 90% of my matches on my YouTube channel, and just search Johnny Moran, and my smiling face will come up.
Awesome, man. There's some good matches on there too. I was watching a lot earlier today, man.
Thank
so that's
you.
awesome. And man, like we always say, like we want to buy an 8x10, man. We want to support you, get you over here on the shameless promo, the Wall of Fame up here. We need Johnny Moran and made out to the BCP, man. It needs to happen. But bro, thank you so much for a few minutes. Good luck on Saturday. Stay safe, man, and continued success moving forward, my man.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Awesome, bro. And I'll see you Saturday. I can't wait. And like we always say here on the BCP, everyone stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other. We're out. Peace.